All right, welcome back. Time now for JN Interactive, and Marian Ture is already here.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fabulous.
Great, great.
I hear you want lemonade.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Judging from what I see in front of me.
I look like lemonade.
Absolutely not.
I'm supporting our Nigerian, brothers and sisters from across the pond. If we didn't make it, I mean, it means that the whole of Africa should support the African team.
I wasn't watching the game. What has happened to them?
You're diabolical. I won't answer that.
I am. Please take it away.
Diabolical. Wherever you are, welcome to your most interactive half hour on TV. My name, as always, is Marian Ture. So wherever you are, welcome to your show, and I'd like to announce all the social media tools that you need to get in touch with the show. Today I didn't preempt it. I know why I didn't. And so join us, facebook.com/joynews on TV, and like our post, comment on it, and I'll amplify everything you're sharing with me with the rest of the world. You'll find us on Twitter at JoyNews on TV, at JN Interactive GH, and my personal handle is at MN Ture. And if you send your tweets out, amplify what you're sharing and share it with the rest of the world. Our email address is joynewsim@multitvworld.com, and our WhatsApp number remains 054010909. So yes, I'm hoping to open it so that we'll all go through it together here on the show. But the Black Stars have touched down at the Kotoka International Airport. Well, they did so over the weekend with tons of apology from captain of the side, Asamoah Gyan, and coach Kwesi Appiah. The team touched down to an empty arrival hall with just a handful of journalists ready with their questions, far from the pomp and camaraderie that greeted them at their arrival in 2010 when they were coming in from South Africa. Apparently, the players were in no mood for any interviews, sneaking into their buses and back to their hotel. But team captain Asamoah Gyan offered the opportunity for journalists to ask a number of questions, and this gave him an opportunity to apologize. So Black Stars have apologized to us. Let's take a listen to what Asamoah Gyan had to say.
Things happen, let me get it right here. We went to a tournament, we went there to make sure we make the nation proud, and then things didn't happen. What I have to say is sorry to all the fans who were very disappointed in us, and hopefully there are some fans who were also appreciative, the people, so that's life, sometimes two things happen. You get criticisms, sometimes people do appreciate it, but at the end of the day, we didn't qualify. So what I have to say is I would say sorry to all Ghanaians for our performance, but we have to just focus in the near future, because we've got young players who went for the World Cup for their first time and everything, so I think the future is bright. I would say that we cannot make any excuse now. We went to a tournament and we didn't qualify to the next stage. Definitely there will be comments. We do accept it because we are professional. Definitely if you don't perform, criticisms and everything will be there. So what we have to do is we should just forget about what is going on right now and then think about the future. At the end of the day, we didn't qualify, so whatever happens on and off the field, we are the people to be blamed, so we just accept it. We are professionals, we move on, and then we see where the future lies.
Yeah, and for those of you who are wondering, we didn't have images for Asamoah Gyan. So this is from a press conference that came. That was an audio clip from Asamoah Gyan. And the next one we have is actually an audio clip also from the coach, Kwesi Appiah, also telling us what went wrong when they went to Brazil. And he's also apologizing to you. Stay tuned.
It's really unfortunate, I know all Ghanaians love football, would have loved to, get much further. I'm really sorry I could not achieve, what Ghanaians expected the team to. But saying that, I believe that, we went out there with about 70% of the players, who are very youthful, and looking at their performance, I believe that the team has got future, and we just have to work very hard to prepare them for our future games. Looking at the performance, I believe that there were so many good positives, but once you don't win, no coach or nobody will be happy about it. But the most important thing is the performance was good. Just that it's unfortunate that we could not, make it to the next round.
Hi, Coach. Ghanaians at this time are really disappointed. What would you tell them?
Yeah, this is what I've said. That I said earlier that I'm really sorry we could not, go much further. Ghana is a loving football country, and everybody will love that. We go much further than where we got to. But unfortunately, we could not make it. But I'm looking at the positives, the performance of some of the, especially the young ones, who got more years ahead of them, and I believe that the future will be great for the country.
So the two ministers at the helm of affairs at the Ministry of Sports, who are in the person of Elvis Appiah Ankara and Joseph Yami, were both reassigned whilst they were still in Brazil. This has actually insulated them from accountability to Ghanaians and the media, who are all curious for answers to burning questions, and all of that. They've managed to swerve us because the president decided to reassign them. Some Ghanaians think the minister and his deputy should have been allowed to return home to feel the full wrath of the nation before reassigning them if need be. Others are of the opinion that there's no need actually for any inquiry into the state of affairs of the Black Stars, and that we should actually let sleeping dogs lie, if we may. This has generated a lot of argument on many fronts, including the backbone of JN Interactive, which we all know as social media. And we are asking you today what you really make of the reassigning of the two. Did the president do the right thing? We have gone and we have spoken to you. We'll take that later. But right now, on the phone with me, we have tried to reach one of the members of the Parliamentary Select Committee, who is in the person of Honorable Kwejo Ajiman, to actually help us understand all of this. Hello, good evening, Honorable.
Good evening, Madam.
How are you doing?
By His grace, I'm doing very well.
Welcome to JN Interactive.
Thank you.
I wanted to find out from you, being part of the Select Committee on Sport in Parliament, what powers do you have when it comes to this issue of actually either calling back the ministers to talk to them? Do you have any such powers like that?
Yeah, per our standing orders, any standing committee of Parliament has the powers of a High Court to summon any minister, anybody, any entity into our committee for questioning, and as part of our oversight responsibilities, we can carry on those activities. So we have the powers to call any minister, anybody, any individual for clarification if the need arises.
Okay, but at this moment in time, would you use that power?
Definitely. If you've been following the media landscape for the past 4 or 5 days, we've been embarking on this call for the president to call on the, if I can say, the ex-sports minister for him to come and account for all the finances he has entangled himself as before, during, and after this Brazil fiasco. So we won't relent on our call, even though he's not still at the ministry. He's been taken off from the ministry. The entity, Elvis Appiah Ankara, is still alive, and as he's still in government, we can call him to the committee for question.
Right. Here on JN Interactive, we speak about trending issues and we try as much as possible to educate our audience. Is there a way that you can educate us on the processes that you need to go through to call these two gentlemen in, if not the only one who is the substantive minister, to come to answer questions on the affairs that happened before, during, and after World Cup 2014?
What happened is that the chairman of the committee has to write to him that he's needed at this time at the committee for questions on a particular subject, that he'll be briefed on the subject. Like, we need to give him an overview of what and why we want him. And if he doesn't come, we can subpoena him. And if that process does not materialize, we can also call him on the floor of Parliament itself. The Parliament as a body, we can invite him into the chamber for him to come and answer questions. So nothing stops that. There is no obstruction of calling him to come and answer questions that are bothering Ghanaians.
So what I should take is that there's no wiggle room out for these two ministers?
Not at all.
I wanted to pick your brain on this before you go. We have changed coaches and ministers and even gone as far as sack players outright, but the FA staff are still intact. You'll agree with me that no manager can actually thrive in any job without the backing of a good team. Isn't it time that the FA, if you think, is actually dissolved and reconstituted? You see,
the FA Executive Council, the presidency, and all other things are their existence, their presence of being in power is backed by FIFA regulations. It's independent from our jurisdiction. So if you go and intervene, that's what they always use as a cover. They will tell you that FIFA will ban us from all FIFA activities. So to give them the benefit of that, the only way we can ask them out is through elections, as it happens to, let's say, a nation called Ghana or any country that is practicing democracy. If your constitution gives you a stipulated time for the duration of a presidency, you need to wait for that time to elapse before you can go on to elections and elect who you are. So the same thing applies to the FA. We can't just bump in and say, President Techi, you have done so, you have done that, so you should go, unless their own constitution permits them and they embark on impeaching him. But as a government, as a ministry, as a committee, or as parliamentarians, we cannot just go step in there and tell them, excuse me, you can kick your ass off.
Right. I just wanted your opinion on that, and thank you so much, for furnishing us with all these answers here on JN Interactive. Thank you. Right, and that was Honorable Kwejoba Ajiman, who is actually a member of the Parliamentary Select Committee, actually helping us understand. And I think the best part of this would have been him helping us understand the processes that they would have to go through to bring these two gentlemen to actually be accountable to us as Ghanaians. And from what he was saying, there's no way out for them. If Parliamentary Select Committee has their power, no wiggle room out for all of them. So we've been out there, we'll be asking you what you think about the president actually reassigning the two before they got into Accra to give us Ghanaians, the taxpayer, answers to our burning questions. And you've been giving us your view on that. Stay tuned. We'll take our first video blog.
Definitely, they need to be brought to book. Actually, when I talk about this World Cup issue from left and right of it all, to me personally, I don't like how the president treated the free and crest issue. Because I believe if the minister commits offense, he needs to be sacked. There is a famous saying that's going on air recently about this cowboy who says that when a policeman commits an offense, and it's like a policeman is a drunkard, and you transfer him from one station to another station, you are just changing his beer where he drinks his alcohol. The sports he's drinking is alcohol. By this time, that's what the president is doing currently. If you transfer a policeman to Nampanduri, where he can take alcohol there, he just transfers. So, president, you can bring a free ankara to the Minister of State in the office. Meanwhile, you're committing the same offense. The man did a bad thing. If he goes there, what show is not going to do that? NDC have a lot of men. The government.
As for changing the ministers, because they are all the same, they do campaign. Every year do campaign to Mahama. So why is he going to sack him? At least he's supposed to maintain him there and change the men behind the World Cup committee members and things.
But with this particular issue, fine, he needs to be dismissed, arrested, and tried. Simple. Straight up, because there's a huge financial loss to the state concerning even the amount of money they spend on the World Cup. So reassigning him to the castle is not necessary. And reassigning Yamin to Ashanti region as a deputy minister, it is not here nor there. They have to be brought to the book. I mean, they've spent the taxpayers' money, a huge money, being a Brazil, chilling here and there. It is not necessary for bringing him to the castle or to the Flagstaff house there. No, it's not necessary. He needs to be sacked.
Yep. So that's what most of you have been saying about it. You didn't think that it was actually right in doing that. And you know what we do here? Whenever we have a trending topic, we bring the experts within the industry to talk to. I have my colleague and my friend Ernest Boama in the studio to help us understand certain things. Hello and welcome back.
Welcome
Nigeria.
back.
Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. Big disappointment, but it's football.
Oh. My green.
Don't worry.
My lemonade green.
Ojia also wears green, so still in the mood.
Well,
maybe Ojia could save your day.
My Obroni brothers.
Yeah, Ojia could save the day. I mean, I think they can do it.
They can do it, huh?
Ojia can do
You
it.
think so?
Yeah, against Germany. One surprise. I mean, this World Cup is surprises.
It's open, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
so maybe Ojia can give us a surprise for the day and.
Yeah, the weekend, Black Stars came home. And nothing happened for them.
They came home and it's all apology. We fed up for a long time.
It's amazing though. But I think most people are talking about was why the president actually decided to reassign these two gentlemen before they actually came home to answer to us.
I think that issue about reassigning them, well, I knew there was going to be a reshuffle.
Yes.
But then I felt that with what had happened in Brazil, with all its issues about money being carried and viewing it live on Brazilian TV, I felt that questions needed to be asked and answers needed to be given, definitely. And if the answers were not satisfied, we go that extra mile by making sure that we get the right answers. So I felt that, they should have been kept in there to answer right proper accounts. But, well, maybe the president feels that, they should take them out there and let someone come in to continue the work. But reassigning them to another position is another problem.
It's another problem.
If you give them another responsibility.
Exactly, and we're still paying them.
Yes, you're still paying them. So I thought that as soon as possible, take them out of the place, but let them account within a certain stipulated time. Because if you leave it and nothing is happening, of course, people can be changed. People can be influenced to say other things. So I felt that within the next 1 month, things have to be cleared as soon as possible.
But you see, I have a feeling that even all of that and Parliament having that power to call them back, it's still buying a lot of time to do certain things, underhand dealings or whatever you can call it.
With the Parliament issue, if you listen to Honorable Kojo Ban, he was saying that they are going to go through a certain process, and for me, those processes might delay.
That's what I'm saying.
It might delay. So I feel that the president needed to act as a father of the nation. Your nation cannot be disgraced like this. So once they step on the shores of Ghana, actions need to be taken. They need to be, probably if BNI has to come in, or Yoko, they have to start to inquire about them. What really happened to the money? Give a proper account. But if you sit down and we wait for things to, because, we are in this nation where a committee was, set up, I think, there's North African Games. We came back and nothing was heard till about a year after, before actions were being taken. And it didn't help us. So for me, I want to wait till about 6 months before calling this people to come and account for it. Things have been lost. But I feel that now that we are in the heat, let us resolve it in the heat. I believe this is one of the things that the president should have actually done that about, expedited whatever action that he needed, so that we also get the answers for ourselves. Because I remember it was on Jane Interactive that we spoke about something that the president had assigned it to Yoko to go and deal with. And then this is a very serious issue that involves a lot of money, millions and millions, and then you just decide that financial loss have been caused. Convenience sake. Because you can't buy it to Brazil and tax taking over there, and we've lost money. We have lost money. And so, apparently, the things going around, even on social media, is saying that we still are owed about $700,000 because if you multiply the amount of money that was given out to the players by the number of players who got the money, there was still change that needs to be accounted for. Of course. So who gives us the change? Who do we ask the change for? That's what I'm saying, that we shouldn't wait to this thing to take us probably at the next month or two. No. Right from now, I believe that there are bodies who can act. Even without the president's authorization. There are bodies that should act, because they are there in the interest of Ghanaians.
Ghanaians,
and
yes.
Ghanaians on G20 are saying that we are not happy with what happened.
No, we're not.
So I think that those bodies should sit up and ask them to answer for us. Otherwise, monies have been lost.
They have.
Monies have been lost, and humiliation has been caused by the nation. I mean, the whole nation. For me, I was just watching this. I mean, thing on Facebook, where they were viewing how money was being carried on the street, and I mean here. Hollywood,
there's a movie coming out.
Yes, I mean, it's a big disgrace to our nation, not at this stage. So I believe that President Mahama need to act now, probably before, after tomorrow's holiday. Wednesday, we should get something.
The GFA, because you see, like I was talking to the minister before, that changes that need to be made have not been made in the FA itself. Coaches have come and have gone, players have come and have gone, but the FA, the body that needs to support the leadership, is still the same. The core team that will support the leader with all the great ideas is still the same. So can they actually sabotage your leadership?
Yeah, I mean, and to remind, our viewers, when we went to Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, where, there were allegations of players, bribery, there was no discipline in the camp. We felt that, it was a white coach and he didn't understand us, so we fired the white coach. He went. We went to the 2010 World Cup, there were issues. We went to 2012 African Cup in South Africa, there were similar issues with indiscipline. So now I ask myself, who then is causing those indiscipline? And because as a nation, we are not taking our time to really investigate what was the cause, why were players misbehaving? So for me, I feel that, over the years, coaches have gone. Players have been dropped, some have been brought on. It's time that the management need to answer questions now. Because anytime they come back from tournaments, they organize press conference, they make the coach a scapegoat, and that is it. And with the hope that, things will work because there's a new coach on board. But I feel that now, as Ghanaians, we should now ask our management members, what's their role? What role did they play there? Why were there instances where players had to fight management members? Why is it that when money was so forthcoming, they couldn't even tell us the truth about what FIFA had told them? And at the point, money had to be sent until the truth was told us that FIFA was asking us to give us the agreement. All these are issues where I feel that the management were not speaking the truth to the players. And for me, we shouldn't think that whatever the players like Sule Mutari said were wrong. Probably if Sule was even smoking, let's put those actions aside. The statement that have come out from Sule, from Kevin, let us now look into it. Were they true? If they were true, then the management for me did not deem fit to be there. And I believe that a radical change has to come. Because they always play another pretext that we are under FIFA. We don't need interference from government, from any external body. So they are always there, unless elections. But I believe that President Mahama needs to ask Christina Titi to step down. And if they feel that FIFA has to come in to ban us, fair enough, let's do it.
Let's start over.
Yes, let's start over. Because it seems they have been there for long and it's the same system that they're channeling out and it's not helping us. We are not able to win cups. People will say that Danny Chidi has taken us to 3 World Cups. Fair enough. But what is our state of our football? The local league is not going well. Our infrastructures are not getting them. Players' salaries are not being paid well. Bonuses, as I speak now, the players who went to Chan to play the South African tournament, they haven't paid them. Coaches who are coaching the juvenile teams have not been paid now. But we get money to fly to players who are there.
And even paid
so it means that the FA is not really on top of issues.
Hold that thought. And on that note, let's go take another video blog. And in this one, we've actually been asking you whether these 2 ministers should be held to book. What is your thought on that? 24 million Ghanaians, some of you have caught our cameras and you're sharing your views. Let's take our next video blog.
Definitely, they need to be brought to book. Because when you are talking of, if I go and buy things without paying my tax, if I do my business without paying my tax, I cause financial loss to the state. And I'll be brought to book. If they also commit financial loss to the state, they need to be brought to book. They need to be investigated, not just arrested, but investigated. If they find anything bad, they need to be brought to book. That one there.
As for if the public say they should punish them, Mama will not do that. Because it's like somebody with his master. Mama is the master and Efri is so as for punishment, even if the 1,000 say they should punish them, that one they can't be done.
Okay, so before I wrap up with my brother, let's take our final video blog. And we are asking you your views on what you think the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports should do on the way forward. Prior to going out to play this, of course, we've spoken to the Minister. He shared his views on that. But you are also telling us what you think the Select Committee should do about this situation. Let's take our final video blog.
When you talk about Parliament, personally, I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker, but I see the Parliament as a little bit weak institution in Ghana, because the Speaker of Parliament comes from the ruling government. Majority of the people, the chairman of that sports committee will definitely come from the ruling government. They talk cold, if they're Elvis, they are good friends to Yami. We live in this country, we know what goes on. Can they allow them to sack them? No, if they will sack the car, they can't then put them to book. So please, that one, I'll not let them to. Let's have independent investigators, let them go on and investigate the whole issue out.
The committee, I presume that there should be a people of integrity in the first place. No bias, no political biasment. There shouldn't be favoritism over there. They should go straight, hammer the thing, what happened. They should bring, the minister even should bring the statement of account to the Parliament, or it should be brought to the Parliament to answer questions.
Yep, that's what you've been saying. And then Ernest Boama is giving us his final thoughts on the GFA before we go.
I think that the GFA, for me, I will champion crusade. So that, I mean, there's a whole revamp of the place.
Okay.
Because it seems they've been there for long. Of course, they've taken us there, but we are not getting the results that we need. And they are always hiding up perpetrators that no interference.
Good.
But I believe that until we step in as a nation, because it's our money, because the government has spent money in the taxpayers' money is what is helping the GFA to run. So then, if they don't want to listen to us, then by force something has to happen.
Of course. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. So the foundation is weak, but we keep putting new buildings on a very weak foundation. The entire GFA has to go. Your comments have been coming in thick and fast. I'll take a few of these before we wrap up for the day. And this is a very lengthy one, of course, from Roland. I think I'll cut your comment today, Roland. This is like a thesis, and I'm running out of time. Good evening, Marian. Oh, FIFA means football isn't for Africans. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Nigerians have, topped up a group of disgrace. Anyway, all hope isn't lost since Nigeria is there. I think the president did the right thing by reshuffling his ministers, but I think he did that at a period when Ghanaians have certain thoughts about the relevance of the sports minister, etc., at the World Cup, but don't think it is because of Black Star performance that prompted the reshuffling, since it wasn't only Elvis Ankara who has been reshuffled whereby we all think that has something to do with our performance at the World Cup. Okay, I'll take the first paragraph. That's all for you for today. Abuaji Hartman says, apology not accepted. They decided to apply the principle of money and individual first instead of country first. Think not of what your country can do for you, but rather what you can do for your country. My sister, the fact that Chobwe has been reassigned does not insulate him from any wrongdoings. Posterity will judge us all. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Welcome home, Chobwe. Newton Jefford, final comments. I think the president has done well by reassigning them to prevent public outcry. That's politics for you. The people will never will have their say, but the politicians will have their way. Fantastic. And that's where we end it for today. My partner in crime is standing by like a military officer, waiting, Akimbo, waiting for us to wrap up together. Hey, this is your pose.
Thank you very much, Akimbo. Well, certainly that'll be it. My name is Prince Minka. And
my name is Marian Ture, and Journey's Exclusive is up next. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a good evening.